Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs, make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from it. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef, I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Alright, for our viewers who don't know, tell them who the original man is.
The original man is the Asiatic Black Man. He's the maker. He's the cream planet. He's father of civilization and God of this universe, Shakur. And there's only one God.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, the Cap Regime of boxing, man. One of the only honest voices of boxing. Of course, I got my guy, the Puerto Rican Prince, Steve Free in the house. And I got my brother, man, the biggest hater himself, man, my man Prize Fighter. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
It's popping, fellas.
So, we gotta talk about it, man. We seen one of the most boring fights of all time recently. What you guys think about Shakur's performance?
Go ahead, Free.
It's a sad day for all these people who had hope that Shakur can beat Tank Davis. Because that is not happening. Now, actually, I wasn't mad at Shakur's performance. I wasn't mad at his performance. He actually had a decent performance. I was mad at the fact that he ran his mouth and he didn't deliver. I mean, I got to be honest. We got on Devin Haney for doing the same thing. So I got to keep it 100 across the board. He ran his mouth. He said he was going to do something. He didn't do it, and his fans was booing him. His fans started leaving out of the arena, and that was in his hometown. And I mean, Shakur, he had a moment where he was actually confused in there. He didn't know how to cut the ring off. His grandfather was trying to tell him how to cut the ring off. He said, well, if I go this way, he's going to go that way. If I go that way, he's going to go this way. And I didn't want to hear that from Shakur, because he's supposed to be on that level where you shouldn't have to know how to cut the ring off. You're supposed to already know. You're a silver medalist in the Olympics. You're a three-time champion, three-division champion. You're supposed to know these things. So to hear that from Shakur, I mean, it was upsetting, and it was shocking to be a Shakur fan. For the ones that are diehard Shakur fans, I know they got to be shocked by that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
I'll go. It's just when you talk about Shakur, you're talking about, you're talking about sleep, you're talking about getting some rest, you're talking about waking up feeling refreshed. I want to thank Shakur for giving me some sleep. Shout out to Bud Crawford, his son. They slept real good, front row. It was just I think Shakur should be one of those sheep, man, that they have that jump over the bed, man. That commercial where they had a bed people. I mean, he's really good at putting people to sleep. I mean, he got booed in his hometown. And again, he blamed everyone but himself. I mean, at the end of the day, just got to face the facts. That hours, 2 hours, whatever we did watching that show, we'll never get that time back. Salute to my man Ant-Man McQueen. Salute to my brother Scholar. I got my brother Dr. Mark in the house. It's just you'll never get that time back, and it's just sad because man, Shakur got a lot of talent, but man, across the board, man, he's awful to watch. It's not no indictment against him as a person. I mean, just as a fighter, he's horrible to watch. I mean, he's going back and forth with his grandfather. I mean, his grandfather telling him what to do. He telling his grandfather how he should go, and it's just like that's the problem with Shakur. He knows everything. So I'll just really tell you this, man. The next Shakur fight I see, I'm not looking forward to it, man, because he's awful to watch, man. I don't think we've ever seen a guy this boring. Sweet Pea was never boring. Bernard Hopkins was never boring. Floyd Mayweather wasn't boring when he was Money May. It's just sad to see how he really single-handedly, man, is like known for putting people to sleep. I mean, I've never seen a fighter be, knocked out cold in the front row that was supporting you. The guy that brought you out was knocked out. I mean, sleep. And it's just, I don't know. Shakur thinks it's funny, man, but it's not, man. Then turn on that $15 million, man, he's gonna regret that. Go ahead, Price.
The fight, it went how it went, man. It wasn't the best. I ain't gonna say the best performance because Shakur is in a situation. He'd be damned if he do. He'd be damned if he don't. There was some audio that I heard where he said he hurt both of his hands. Shakur walked to the guy, but like Free said, he was having a hard time cut the ring off like I thought he would, but he did walk straight to the guy. He tried, but he still had a dominating performance. A lot of people grinding him up, including the BVO, calling it a snooze fest. I seen a picture on BVO's community where Terrence was in there rocked. So that was pretty crazy. But I mean, I ain't gonna say he's the most boring because I'm gonna say this, and like somebody's at my door. Shakur Foster was just as boring. He was just as boring than Shakur was.
Shit. I knocked out grandma.
Oh.
My sister had to tell her she wanted me to go to the store for.
Oh, Crush. I think Crush talking to somebody else. But I'll just say, all in all, man, I learned a lot from this fight. And it's that Shakur will never be box office. And he got some work to do, man. As a fighter, I mean, he put on a good performance. I mean, but seeing him come forward like he did, I mean, it was that there's no way a home fight should be like that. And that's not me trying to be a jerk. That's not me trying to call Shakur out. I mean, it's just you can't have your homecoming fights be that boring. That can't happen.
Shakur Foster was pretty boring that night too, BVO.
But I'll say this, man. I'll ask you guys. Hold on one second. Who is that? It's like somebody fell on the steps. But I'll say this, man. I'll ask you this, Free. After seeing that, what would you rate that performance, man? How would you rate that performance?
I give Shakur a solid B. I give him a solid B. Like I said, it wasn't a bad performance. I hear people saying it was boring and all that. It wasn't a bad performance. It was actually kind of entertaining. But because Shakur came out there, if you look at his last performance and you look at this performance, it was night and day. I give it a solid B, and the reason I give it a solid B is because he didn't know how to cut the ring off. The man didn't know how to cut the ring. I didn't expect Shakur to stop him. If he stopped him, he'd stop him. But I didn't expect him to stop. And see, that's the problem. He said he was going to stop him, but if he was just be honest with the fans and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go out here and show this man he's not on my level. I'm a outbox this man. If I stop him, I stop him. If I don't, I don't. But I'm gonna show everybody he's not on my level." So that's what he needs to be saying. And I said this to BVO offline earlier. That's what him and Devin Haney both need to be saying. Instead of sitting there saying they're gonna knock somebody out when we know that they're knockout. They're not knockout artists. They're not. They're boxers. So they got to be honest with themselves as well as with the fans. When they honest with themselves and they honest with the fans, they won't get the boos that he got. They won't get the hard criticism of their fights because they being honest and we know what it is.
I'll just say this. I'll say this. It's not even so much the criticism of the fight. I mean, Free's right. I mean, usually, I mean, I don't know. It's just at the end of the day, the kid sucks, man. It's not even a personal thing. I mean, he sucks. To watch him sucks. Watching him, it's almost like, I don't know. That's like taking a kid to go see the Titanic back in the day, or taking a kid to go see Avatar. It's just he's just awful to watch. I mean, and to hear him say, "Oh, they wasn't booing me," who else were they booing? They don't know Arnold. So, and then to see the people pouring out of there, it just lets you know where we at. He's been using Tank Davis's name for clout, and that's okay. But I do want to talk about this, man. Shout out to Keyshawn Davis for showing you what real boxing is. And when I say you, and you say, why you say that, BVO? Keyshawn Davis was in a war and wasn't rattled. I think that was the best. That was one of the best fights I had seen. We all know what Abdullah Mason did, but to see Keyshawn Davis, be in a fight, rough and tough fight, and to not lose his edge, to just fight and to persevere. Hats off to Keyshawn Davis, man. I just want to give that kid a lot of credit, man. You could have really, willed it under that pressure, but man, you looked awesome. Seeing you he was beating people dead, but to see him beat that dude dead like that, I mean, this is Keyshawn Davis, man.
No.
Nah.
You was watching that fight. You was watching that fight with Tevin Farmer eye. That it was no way in the world that fight was an awesome ass fight. No, it was not. That shit was horrible. That was a sloppy ass horrible fight. That shit was horrible. Dog, do you realize that man had 2 losses? He had 2 losses. Both of them were by knockout. One of the people that knocked him out was Steve Claggett. One of the people that knocked him out was Steve Claggett. That shit was horrible.
Yeah, it looked like a wrestling match.
He was supposed to be this big puncher. They put him in there to get the knockout. The man only loses by knockout. You take this man the distance? Come on, man. That shit was horrible. Keyshawn don't have the power that he claimed he has. He don't. If Steve Claggett can knock him out.
Well, Keyshawn was hitting that man. Artem got a pretty that
wasn't Artem. That wasn't Artem.
Not Artem,
that was
but
other.
Yeah, I seen that guy. You right though, Free. He's supposed to go in there and stop, dude. They kept falling, they kept stumbling, and Keyshawn was doing some good body work in there, but I mean, it was just I'm with you, Free. It was a sloppy fight, just slop.
I mean,
but shout out to Keyshawn.
And definitely want to get. He never was stopped before. He never was stopped by Steve Claggett. D3. That dude never fought Steve Claggett.
What do y'all look at their records? The man is 31-2.
No, I'm looking at it right now. He lost by decision. Not with Ant. I'm looking at it on Pro Box. He lost by decision. It wasn't a knockout.
Looking at Pro Box.
Yeah. What is it? His box rec. Sorry. We give you all the stats for this stuff. Box rec, better. My mistake. But Keyshawn Davis, I mean, I gotta give. Hold on, we got some audio. Hey, I would say.
Why you keep muting me? It ain't me.
It was one of them things where he was doing his thing, man, and I was real impressed with Keyshawn staying cool and calm while he was fighting this guy. It just was great. It was a great performance, and I want to see Keyshawn Davis more. I'm real proud of what I'm seeing with him. The kid really, really is a very talented young man, and I think the sky's the limit for Keyshawn Davis. I'm excited about it. But go ahead, somebody go ahead.
No, that's my bad.
Okay. But I don't know. I'll ask you this though. After what you seen with Keyshawn, I definitely have said I want to see Keyshawn against Tank before I seen Shakur against Tank. That's just my personal opinion. I want to see.
Keyshawn was like, I'm too big, this and that, the third. Tank could get him out of there, I think. I don't see Keyshawn. He's not ready for Tank Davis. I'd like to see Keyshawn getting there with Frank Martin or something like that, but he's not ready for that yet. He needs to. I don't know why he does that.
I tell you who he not getting there with. He not getting there with Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah Mason was so sharp. I went back and watched the fight, man. The dude, man. Again, I can't give this kid much any more praise, man. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. And shout out to Cromell. He had a nice win too.
He ain't getting in there with Abdullah Mason.
I mean, Abdullah Mason is a good fighter. I mean, we seen him really perform, but I'm not gonna play like he fought somebody for real. That dude was nobody that he beat up.
Shout out
to got beat up plenty of times.
Shout out to the brother Ant McQueen.
He didn't got beat up plenty of times. The guy he was fighting. But I'll just say this.
My bad. I stand corrected. He wasn't stopped. I stand corrected.
Oh, that's no problem. You know how you do, Free. You usually be right sometimes. But I'll say this.
I admit when I'm wrong.
I'll say this. One thing for sure. I really heard some stuff about a guy who was named Namus. And I'm gonna just be honest with you, man. As a boxing community, hold on, we got some. If everybody mute up, please, when we talking. We as a boxing community, man, we got to stand against this cat that was talking all this stuff, man. Because I heard some comments about George Floyd, and I'll just be totally honest, man. This dude, that I'm not gonna bring his name, but that dude's a piece of garbage, and I really hope that something happened to him, man, because there's no way he should be able to speak this way about us as a people. And shout out to Tank Davis for saying there won't be a rematch with that coward. Because at the end of the day, man, the stuff that's come out of that guy's mouth, there is no apologizing. You can't spit in my face and say you're sorry. It doesn't work like that. But I'll ask you guys this.
You still got raccoons running around him like Wiz Khalifa, shaking hands and taking pictures. I never liked him anyway, but Wiz Khalifa. But again, Ryan knows what he's doing. He's trying to be around black people. And you got you raccoons that'll let them come around without checking them. So why was Wiz Khalifa? Why you sitting up there doing that, taking pictures? Now you look like a goofy. You already look dressed weird and look weird. Now here you are with Ryan Garcia after he just went on the racist rant.
Yeah, don't bring his name up on the channel, man. Please don't bring his name up on the channel. Don't say his name on the channel.
But that kid, you with him. I just wanted to just I just wanted to punch Wiz Khalifa, man, just one time. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
you can't assume Wiz Khalifa knows that dude was talking like that.
The world knows Ryan was doing that, bro. Well, there's nobody that follows that's cool with Ryan Garcia that don't know he did that. I don't want to hear that.
Please, man, please don't say his name on my channel, man. We know who the coward is. We're not gonna say his name on this channel. But I'll ask you this, Crush. When you heard the stuff about George Floyd, I want your opinion, and I want to hear from my man, the philosopher himself, man, my man Thomas said, what you guys think about the whole comments about George Floyd? I'm gonna start with my man Crush. Go ahead, Crush. Oh, Crush must have went to sleep. You there, Thomas Hill? They both sleep. But let me ask you then, Free. What you think about those comments about George Floyd, man? I couldn't believe that.
I mean, it's no more to say about it except for, I mean, that's what you get when you deal with racist individuals. They say racist, hateful things. So I mean, it's really no more to say about it. I was disgusted when I first heard it, and I've been disgusted with Ryan Garcia ever since. I was trying to give the man the benefit of doubt on his second go around after his whole break from my bad, I ain't mean to say his name. I was trying to give him the benefit of doubt on his second go around on his break from boxing, but after this, he gets no more chances. You only get a second chance. You don't get a chance to fool me again. You fool me one time, you don't get a chance to fool me again.
It's disgusting what that kid did, and somebody need to tighten his ass up, because I hope none of the brothers give him No kind of payday, no money. I don't want to hear him talking about Boots. I don't want to hear his name linked to Boots. I don't want to hear about no Javante rematches. I don't want to hear about Dev. I don't want to hear about Shakur. Nobody. Go fight somebody else. Shouldn't no brothers, the top brothers, get money with him? None of them, if they were smart. Box
And
him out.
I'll say this, man. We're getting excited. We're getting ready to go to Philadelphia and watch Boots go in there and beat up David Avocado. We got a big meet and greet coming. I'm excited. Your boy BVO is going to be in the house. I'm going to be driving out there. And I'm just excited, man. I'm going to play a quick thing, message from my sponsor real quick, though.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got some thrilling news for all of you. We're launching a raffle where you can win a brand new 55-inch television just by making a payment of $10. Yes, you heard it right, just $10. Each entry must be made through Cash App with your name. The winner will be announced live at our GBT meet and greet on July 13th. The more entries you make, the higher your chances of taking home this outstanding flat-screen television. So, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this exciting contest. And remember, with each entry you make, you increase your chances of winning this amazing prize. Thanks for tuning in and good luck to all of you.
Yeah, so it's a big chance. They got a 55-inch. I believe it's a Roku TV. You can talk to it, play it.
Yeah, I need that.
They're gonna be announcing the winner. Just $10 to enter that raffle. They're gonna be announcing the winner on Sunday, I believe. So I'm excited, man. I'm gonna be in Philadelphia. I know Boots Ennis is probably gonna, beat David Avocado to death. So there's really no need to cover that. As we all know, Boots has made it his business to not fight, anybody of note. So it's gonna be another showcase for him. I think his whole career has been nothing but showcase after showcase. So
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Nobody wants to fight him.
You're gonna be in the house. You might as well put on headgear and a mouthpiece and some gloves because Boots coming after you after he finished with David.
Hey, we all know. We heard some things from. Shout out to my man Bozy Ennis. We love you, brother. But at the end of the day, it's okay. That's what people want to do. They don't want to hear from BVO, aka the young Howard Cosell. They don't want to hear from the young Howard Cosell. Because I'm just gonna give it to you honest. I don't have a favorite. I don't have any bias. I just give you what I see. And like I said, go ahead.
Can you make it honest for me? What was Boots trying to fight all of those top guys?
No.
Why you say no?
When I heard him on $1 Million Worth of Game, he had never said Terrence Crawford's name, and Terrence Crawford checking, and he said, "I said all the top guys." He said, "But you didn't say my name individually." So I mean, he does a good. Go ahead.
You want me to send you the video that he said his name? You want me to send it?
Oh, you can send me the video.
I can send you the video where he said his name.
I'm just going off what Terrence Crawford said. I don't know.
I don't care what Terrence Crawford said. I can send you the video where he said his name.
But I'll say this too.
What Terrence said. He ain't said his name.
Terrence checking. And another thing I wanted to bring up, and I want to see what you guys think about the Dream, who's getting ready to fight Terrence Crawford. How do you guys feel about Virgil Ortiz being skipped over for a championship shot at the WBA? He's the number one contender. Was that fair for him to get skipped over like that? Go ahead, Freak.
Get skipped over by who?
Bud Crawford skipped over him because Virgil Ortiz is the number one contender at the WBA.
Yeah, he's the number one contender, but Bud Crawford is the mandatory.
I mean, I don't know. See, I don't know how those mandatories and all that stuff work. All I know is that Virgil Ortiz, salute to my man D for the win, aka Mr. Devin Haney himself.
I'm gonna tell you how it works. Since you don't know how it works, okay, you're the number one contender. That means at any time the sanctioning body could say you're the mandatory. When you're the champion at another division, at a lower division, and you moving up, you can petition to become that mandatory right away. So as long as Virgil hasn't put in the paperwork, or they haven't mandated that fight, or he put in paperwork for that fight to be mandated as him as the mandatory for the champion, then he has no say so on it. Now, if he was the mandatory, then Bud would have to either. What actually? It's a matter of fact. Why is Virgil not asking him to be mandatory for that fight? Because that's a vacant belt. That's a vacant belt. He
Yeah.
could easily
What
his
belt is
daggone
vacant?
name in the
Free?
WBO.
Oh,
No,
right.
he won the belt. He won the belt. He fought and won the belt. He's supposed to defend it against the #1 mandatory, is what Virgil was saying. Salute to my brother D1. He's supposed to.
Hold up. Who fought and won the belt?
The Dream.
No, he did not. You remember that was the belt that daggone Sebastian Findora got from Tim Tszyu. He didn't fight and win anything. They stripped Sebastian Findora for the WBO. He didn't win anything.
No, the WBA. Sorry, WBA. That's what I meant to say. The WBA, not WBO. WBA. My mistake. WBA. WBA belt. WBO is vacant. But I don't know. The thing I'll say is this: it's unfair that Virgil Ortiz continues to not get the respect he deserves. We all know about man. When in the world is my brother Virgil Ortiz gonna get his shot at the championship? Man, they keep doing him wrong.
No, he had his opportunity
Shit.
to get the shot for the championship. He kept getting injured. It's not nobody else's fault. It's his fault.
I mean, do your boy BVO a favor, please smash the like button, or as my OG Hardcore said, please hit the appreciation button. I got my man D1, the angry white man, in the house, man. But I don't know, man. Hold on, we got
That's crazy.
feedback. What's all that feedback we getting?
I'm just chilling on a regular iPhone.
No, not you, man. You're not the only one on here, brother. But I'll say this, man. I'm just sad about what's going on with Virgil Ortiz, man, because he could stop Boots, but Boots ain't got the nuts to fight him. He's caught everybody out but Boots, and I think it's sickening, man. I'm tired of this kid, man. I want him to fight Virgil Ortiz, man. Somebody his size.
First of all, Virgil was the one that said he needed 4 years to fight Boots. He was the one that said he needed 4 years. Second of all,
no, he
was
did
the one
not
that had
say
to
that.
move
No,
up
he
'cause
did not say that. Robert Garcia said that. He did not say that.
Yeah, but you also told me that the team speaks for them when we was talking about another fighter. We was like, oh,
But he
so they're
fired him
telling me
for a fight because of that. He fired him for a fight because of him saying that.
he didn't fire him for anything.
He
He
took
didn't
him
fire
off.
him for anything.
He didn't have him for a whole 2 fights.
What 2 fights he didn't have him for?
Those two, though. Oh shoot, that fight. What was that? The one fight he just had at 54. He didn't have him. He just got him back on the second one.
Robert Garcia was in his corner at 54. Yes, he was.
I gotta look back. I can't remember, but I know him and Robert Garcia got into it about that. Go ahead.
Robert Garcia was been his trainer. He's been his trainer.
But I don't know,
I said, say Robert Garcia doesn't speak for him, but when it comes to somebody else, but that's his team. You trying to tell me that his team don't know what's going on with him? Yeah. So when it's somebody
that's
else,
crazy.
when it's for Virgil, the team don't speak for him. So you can't have it both ways. But
he
was the one that said he needs. And then after that, he was the one that couldn't make the weight, so he ended up eventually having to move up. He didn't have a fight for what? Almost 2 years because he couldn't make the weight. Well, I ain't gonna say 2 years. It was like a year. It was like a year some change because he couldn't make the weight. He kept.
Well, he fainted at the scale, which is very dangerous. He fainted at the scale. Salute to my man, Boxing Scholar, my man. And I'll tell you this, man. The saddest thing about it all is that I feel like we talk about some of the same fighters, and it's sickening because Tank is a very good fighter. I don't want nobody to think I don't think he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but I want to see somebody challenging, man. And I just feel like Shakur showed you that the gap between him and Shakur is too big, and Tank will go in there and probably stop him in the first or second round. I mean, unless he playing with it, he might play with his food and get him out there in the 6th. It's just crazy, man, because overall in boxing, man, I feel like it's a cesspool. We are not getting the big fights. We just not. You know, we looking at Bam Rodriguez. People don't give Bam Rodriguez his credit because he's a little guy. I think Bam Rodriguez might be one of the best fighters in the world. I really do. Same thing with Monster anyway. It gets on my nerves that these little bitty guys seem to only be the ones that's willing to take smoke, take tough fights. It's just sickening, man, because we still to this day are not talking about the middleweight division, which was the glamour division. We're not talking about super middleweight. And I gotta bring this up. I want to see what you guys think about this. We got future Hall of Famer, Canelo, unified champion, Canelo born Reddy Alvarez is going to fight. What's this guy's name?
Badu Jack.
No, he's getting ready to fight Chris Eubanks Jr.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah, so it's one
that's
of them
who,
things
that's
where
Banks Jr.
he said, wasn't you praise Shakur on these YouTube boxing streets getting strange? You never ever heard me praise Shakur about anything. I've said it from the gate. Shakur is the most boring fighter in boxing. I even said that, you know, he really got a lot of talent, but he's just not all that good. But it is what it is, man.
That's crazy.
What?
What you just said?
I mean, you said you want somebody to really test Tank, but who is it that's going to test Tank?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know. I don't know. It might be one day. It might be. I think Teal can do it, but I don't think Teal looked great against Steve Claggett, in my opinion. I thought maybe the Coward could do it, but he got knocked out. I thought the American Dream had a chance, but he got knocked out. So it's just kind of it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. It's just one of them things where I'm just kind of confused, to be honest, on what's going on as a whole with this boxing. But what you guys think about it?
I'm not in that same boat that you in, because I think there's a lot of good fights being made at 135 and at 140. You just don't like the fight because you want a certain style of fighting. Well, those guys don't fight like that. They don't fight like that. It's not many fighters that fight like that. So that's the problem. You looking for a certain style of fighter, and there's not many of those around. Most people like to box. That's because that's the name of the sport, boxing. They like to box.
I don't, and salute to my man Ed McQueen. No, the dude that's talking crazy is just being there to hate, and that's all good. But I'll say this, man. I really think that I think Shakur can fight, and him being Puerto Rican has nothing to do with anything. One of my favorite fighters is Miguel Cotto, who's Puerto Rican. So this is my whole thing with Shakur. Shakur is only Puerto Rican when it's convenient, and I think it's a shame. I think you shouldn't be able to use it just as like a toy.
Man, BVO.
It just is what it is.
You plan on ever getting interviews from these people?
I do.
Okay, well, you're going to have to cater some of your words, bro, because, man, you know, he ain't only being Puerto Rican that's what he is, man. He just probably ain't identified with it growing up because he was surrounded by so many of his black side of his family, man. But, I mean, the dude is Puerto Rican, too. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get accustomed to being able to identify with it as a promotional tool. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with him as a boxer, neither. The dude is a great boxer. He had a problem sometimes with overpromising things and then acting a certain way when it don't go that way.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the problem, man.
This is the thing I'm gonna tell you. This is the thing I'm gonna tell you, Thomas, because you're my older brother and I love you. When it comes to getting interviews with fighters, we're gonna get what we get, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't give a crap to the show or who don't, because at the end of the day, what I've learned, shout out to one of my favorite people, Howard Stern said it best. Whether we have a guest or we don't, we're gonna do a great show. We're gonna have a good show, and we didn't have. So my thing is, I'm never going to cater to a boxer. I'm never going to kiss no tail. I don't have to do that. At the end of the day, if you want that, go somewhere else. We're a boxing forum. I'm not here to interview people. I would love to, but we're a boxing forum. We're giving you our opinions on what we see in boxing. And shout out to one of my favorite channels, man. Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to
man, get him the fuck out of here.
shout out to one of my
Big
another one of my
trash.
favorites, man. Another one of my I want to show some love. Shout out to another one of my favorites. Shout out to my brother Just Do. Shout out to my man Lost Art of Boxing. These are people who, when I listened to YouTube back in the day before I had a channel, those are people I like. So salute to them, man. Because at the end of the day, man, I don't give a. As my
I
man
liked
Thomas
most of
Hill
those
say,
channels except for that Taco man.
I don't give
And
a
there you have
fudge.
it. Now you understand how BVO became. He was listening to Showbiz.
A Taco
No,
man.
no,
Yeah, but you just don't
BVO
want to
learned.
burn no bridges, baby boy.
No, BVO learned boxing from the greatest place ever, HBO Boxing. Shout out to one of my favorites, Jim Lampley.
Hey,
Shout out to
you might
Roy Jones. Go ahead.
you might have learned boxing from watching HBO, but you learned how to be a content creator by watching Showbiz.
That's not true.
That was crazy.
You never see me wear a taco on my head, man. You never seen that.
Popping your eyes out your head, wearing taco hats, and
Hell,
doing all
you
bunch
just
of
got the
goofy,
game
weird
ball.
shit.
Huh?
That nigga is a cartoon character.
Hey,
You might like your water room temperature.
but I'll say this, man. I salute to my man. Me and my brother Ant had a really good conversation. We were talking about different things we working on as brothers. And you know, one thing I will say, I'm working on being more patient. And you know what? I want to send a shout out. I want to send a shout of love to Shakur, because you know what? It's some people who needed to get some rest. And you know, I thank God for him, because people got to get some rest right there at the fight. Somebody might have worked all week, man.
Hey,
Saved
BVO, I'll
their
be
money.
right back. I gotta bust a move real quick.
I'll do your thing. They might have been working all week, had a rough week, and was able to get some rest, man. So salute to Shakur for giving guys a chance to get some rest, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I wanna give a shout out to Bomac. He's
sure.
agreed with me. He agrees with me. He said, hell no, we're not putting Keyshawn Davis in there with no goddamn Medulla Mason. Hell to the no. So, this was me speaking to Bomac earlier today live, and that man was like, hell no, we're not putting him in there. So for all y'all that say, oh, Keyshawn to take Medulla Mason, his trainer don't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I think Abdullah Mason, the sky's the limit for him. I think him and Emiliano, man, are going to be a great fight. That's going to be another, in my opinion, another Oscar versus Floyd type of fight. I know it's going to be a big fight when they do fight. I see Emiliano losing that fight, because I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta show love to the hometown kid. Abdullah Mason is doing better than I thought he kid. So him, Amir, and the whole Mason family. Now, actually, now when I go by the gas station, I buy waters. Now I was talking to my brother Free. I actually buy water now, because the Mason brothers out there buying waters, and you never know who you passing. But let me ask you guys. Let me ask you this real quick, Thomas Hill. As a card, before I get into this main thing, what did you think about O'Shaquie Foster giving his title to Casasio like that? What do you guys think? Oh, I guess
I don't think O'Shaquie gave his fight. I mean, gave his title to Sakiao. I think because I went back and watched the fight, because I was driving and I was listening to y'all call the fight, crushing Marky Dan. I was listening to them call the fight as I was driving to work, and I went back and watched the fight, and I actually think O'Shaquie won that fight. I think he definitely got robbed, because now I kind of understand what the judges was looking at, but you got to remember these judges are not veteran judges. All of these judges was fairly new to title fights. I think one of them only had 26 title fight that they judged. I think another one only had I think like 12, and then another one I think he was fairly new. Only had a couple. So all of these judges was new in judging title fights. But if you look at Oshaki Foster, he threw less punches, he landed more. Kasakiya threw more punches, but he landed less. So with a young judge that don't really know how to judge these title fights like that, and when a title is on the line, they don't understand how significant one punch can be in this fight. They looking at who's pressing the action, who's more active. Even though he wasn't landing anything, he was more active. So I can understand why they thought that Kasakiya won. But if you go back and look at the fight, the more significant punches that was landed came from Oshaki Foster. He landed the more significant punches. He landed the most punches, and Kasakiya was just throwing shots, but they wasn't landing. So like I said, I at first, because I was listening, I wasn't watching it, and I said it was a draw. From me hearing them call the fight, I said, okay, it's a draw. It sounded like Oshaki won the first half and Kasakiya won the second half. But when I went back and watched it, I was like, nah, Oshaki won that fight. Kasakiya, he really wasn't hardly nothing. He was just throwing shots.
I think they rewarded him for throwing, and I think that's a good thing because you can't get rewarded for just standing there. And I feel like, I feel like, let me get on camera because I just feel like, you know what, when it comes to Oshaki Foster, to say he got robbed, it's just being disingenuous, man. You tried to cruise to a win and you didn't get it. The thing is, these guys got to fight, man. The ref's not here to bail you out. I mean, and Oshaki, I mean, you hate to see it happen, and you know he's getting older now. That you hate to see him lose that way. But hey, dog, you gotta do better than what you're doing. And I'll be honest with you. So you talk about boring. Oshaki Foster was garbage. He was dog crap. That fight was a dog crap fight. That fight was almost as bad as Shakur. So I mean, Oshaki Foster, you the champion, but you got it. They don't have to take the title from you, man. If you're not throwing, bro, you're not gonna get what you need, man.
So what do you score the fight on?
Aggression and punches landed. That's what I would score the fight on.
Okay. So the aggression was Kasakiya. He was the one that was coming forward. But the punches landed was Oshaki.
Yeah.
Oshaki landed the most punches.
It didn't look like that. It didn't look like it, Free. When you if you watch the fight live, as you always tell me, it didn't look like it. It was a draw.
I watched it.
At best, it was a draw. I think it was a draw, man.
I watched it. See, when I watched it the first time, when I went back and watched it, that was the first time me watching it. So it's me watching it live. So that's the first time me watching it. It's not me watching it and then going back watching it again. It's me watching it for the first time. I heard y'all call it. I didn't see it. I went back and watched it because I heard everybody saying Oshaki got robbed. But like I said, because of the way Marky Dan and Crush called the fight, I said it was a draw. So the next morning, I heard everybody saying, I saw it all over YouTube and people on Twitter saying that Oshaki got robbed. I said, hold on. I told my wife, I said, I got to go back and watch this fight. Everybody keeps saying Oshaki got robbed. So I went back later on yesterday and watched the fight, and I was like, yeah, Oshaki won that fight. Now, it wasn't by a wide margin, but he won the fight. He won the fight. But it wasn't by a wide margin. But I mean, the commentators had it 11-1. And there's a couple of other people that I heard say they had 11-1 even before the commentators had said it. There was a couple of other people saying they had 11-1. So I'm not going to say that it was a bad robbery, but he got robbed in that fight because you said aggression and punches landed. Like I said, Robert Kasakiya, he was the aggressor. So you gave it to Robert Kasakiya for being the aggressor. But punches landed was Oshaki. So you got to give it to Oshaki for punches landed. Now, Robert Kasakiya was throwing a lot of shots. The other part that you judge in the fight is defense. He threw a lot of shots. He threw over 600 shots. He only landed 79. Out of 600 punches, he only landed 79. So the defense definitely go to Oshaki because Oshaki threw
Yeah,
400 and landed 100 and some change.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's just my thing is free. If you being fair, man, I see what you're saying, but Osaki do this all the time. These fights are way too close, man. He got to stop coasting, man. He does a lot of what Boo Boo used to do. He gets up and he feel like he got a insurmountable lead, and he just coasts. And I feel like he just coasted and really lost a close fight that he should have maybe could have won, but he coasted, and he got to stop doing that, man. These fights are not given, bro. You got to earn that victory. You're not gonna just naturally get that fight. Like, I don't know what Oshaki's thinking. I mean, I see that he was saying he was confused. He thought it was a shutout. No, bro. You came out and dominated him for 6, 7 rounds, and then you stopped fighting. Let's just call it what he stopped fighting. I mean, he pulled a Lomachenko. He stopped fighting completely. So I just got to call it what I see. And I like Oshaki as a fighter. I want to see Oshaki fight Keyshawn Davis, and maybe even Shakur Stevenson at some point. But he really, really got to say, you know what? Hey, man, I effed that up. I should have kept going forward, and he didn't. And I'm sure if he actually looks at the man in the mirror, he would say it's some things he could have did better, because Robinson Casasio looked like he didn't belong in a ring with him the first 6 rounds. I mean, Oshaki beat him from pillar to post. So I just don't know
I
what
mean,
the heck happened. You feel what I'm saying? I
I
just don't know
understand what
what happened,
you're saying.
bro.
I understand what you're saying, but me, I'm old school. If you the champion, you got to take it from the champion. I don't think Robert Kaseki took it from the champion. Now I understand we're in a new age, and they judging things differently. Judges they cockeyed and they seeing things backwards. I understand all that, but me, I'm old school. You got to take it from the champion. I don't care about you just throwing shots. You could so basically what you telling me, if Artem was just throwing shots but they wasn't landing, you going to give the fight to Artem because he was just throwing shots? He threw more shots. No, you're not giving it, so you got to take it.
I mean, I don't
If
know,
that
free,
was
but you can't free.
if
You
that was
cannot.
Shakur Stevenson, if Shakur Stevenson wouldn't have got the win last night, do you say Shakur Stevenson lost that fight or he got robbed?
That was a little bit different because Artem kind of got on his bike. I mean, Artem stayed there to survive. So there's no way you could give that fight to Artem. But you can't tell me that Casasio did not show you that constant pressure. And Osaki dominated him for the first 6 rounds, and he stopped fighting. He had a Lomachenko, a Boo Boo Andre type of performance where he looked great the first part of the fight and looked like dog poop the rest. So Osaki got to go back to the drawing board, and he got to get out of 130. 130, he's too big for 130. He's busting at the seam. He got to go up to
What I think.
35.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna tell you what I think. I think there was a rematch clause in that fight. I think there was a rematch clause because I heard Osaki said I want my rematch. I think there was a rematch clause,
Naeem the
and
Dream, salute my brother.
I think what they did because they knew it was a rematch clause in it. I think Bob Erm just threw a bone to Robert Kaseki because he's been up there 3 or 4 times for a championship, and they
That was
know
his 4th
he's on
time.
his way. Yeah, they know he was on his way out of here. He was never going to get another title shot. I think they just threw him a bone, and then they know Osaki going to come back and wipe the floor with Robert Kaseki the second time around. So I really believe that's what they did. I think they just threw him a bone, let him be a champion before he go out. We robbed him in the Oscar Valdez fight. He's been up here a few times trying to become a champion. So let's just go ahead and throw him a bone real quick.
Yeah, I agree with that. My man, he said Shakur and Keith Cologne put him for Nord. I would say that Keith Cologne did his thing, but Shakur really. I mean, we just gotta call it what it is, man. That was another bad performance. I'm not gonna call him names and go crazy on him. It's just another bad performance, man. I was watching the Mace and Cameron show, And shout out to Killer and shout out to Murder Mace. They were just saying the exact same things as novice boxing fans, that it was boring. It wasn't a fight that you want to see. I mean, you can get no better than Terrence Crawford with his eyes closed at a fight, front row. Would you ever see that at a Tank fight? Would you ever see that at an Earl Spence fight? I mean, you would never see that at a Deontay. You would never see a person sleep with their arms folded like they at the doctor's office waiting to get called in. I mean, let's just call it what it is, man. Shakur is a good fighter. I like him, but there's nobody gonna be, banging his door down to sign him. I mean, I'm sure he'll either go to the zone or stay at Top Rank. I know PBC's out of the question. We all know that Jay Prince has something against the great Al Heyman for taking Floyd from him. But it is what it is, man. I definitely want to see some big fights, man. And Shakur just let me down because now you give Coach Kenny, Coach Calvin, and Tank another reason to say, you know what, you don't deserve the fight because you're not gonna fight. And I don't know why he don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Shakur just tweeted out that he want Williams Zepeda. So I mean that's a good fight.
Zepeda stops it. Zepeda stops him, bro.
I mean, he might, and then Williams Zepeda might get outboxed. We don't know. I mean, I'm not going to just automatically act like Williams Zepeda been fighting all these top level type of fighters. He's been fighting a lot of Rudy Poots as well. So I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna see what Williams Zepeda can do, but I don't think he go out there and stop Shakur. I think Shakur can very well outbox Williams Zepeda.
Yeah. What's going on, Scholar? What you think about all this, man? I don't know if you was awake to see the whole Shakur fight, but what do you think about everything, man?
I fell asleep and had a dream. Shakur knocked him out and woke up. Well, I knew it was a dream because Shakur knocked him out in my fucking dream. I said, "God damn it, I done fell asleep on this motherfucker." You know how they say fighters got they got they time under the sun and then they get washed up. I think it's officially time to say that Top Rank is washed up as a promotional company, bro. They not doing a good job, bro. They're not doing a good job, bro. They keep fighting. You know, they do the Top Rank Avenger cards, right? So you're gonna get Jared Anderson, you're gonna get Keyshawn Davidson, Davis, you're gonna get all the stars, right? From Top Rank. You're gonna put them in there with no hopers and they're gonna beat the shit out of them, right? That strategy not even working no more. Like fucking Jose Torres, like this shit is not looking too good for Top Rank fighters, bro. They no longer have that recipe because even Jared Anderson brought up a cruiserweight in his last fight. That shit was a stink fest as well. Top Rank last couple of cards been fucking like awful, bro. Hard to watch. So hey, as much shit as they talk about Al Heyman, bro, man, 2024 Al Heyman done produced, bro. This Top Rank, they struggling. Hang in there, Bob. Hang in there. like this shit this looking ugly.
It's going on 2 years in a row because PBC was producing last year. They was putting on all the big cards last year, so it's going on 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he said I'll sign up for Top Rank to build my record. I would just be honest, man. When it comes to Top Rank, I see what you're saying. It's just, you know what, man. That's kind of what Bob wanted. Bob wanted to control everything, and he lost so many good fighters, man. To be honest, if he wasn't signing young guys and up and coming guys, he wouldn't have any fighters. Because the moment a guy gets established, they want to get away from him. Terrence Crawford left.
I mean,
De La Hoya left.
Floyd.
Everybody leaves Bobby. And it's sad because you always got. Let me say this real quick, Free. You always got my man Leon Muhammad, kissing Bob's butt about what he did 50 years ago. I mean, let's just be honest. Bob has been running this company into the ground. I mean, he stole Top Rank from Muhammad Ali and Herbert Muhammad, and he had a good run, but he can't keep good fighters to save his life. He couldn't keep Sugar Ray Leonard. He couldn't keep the Marvelous One. You just name all-time great fighters that always tell him to kick rocks. That makes no sense, bro. You
I
got
don't
all the
think he's
talent.
running it into the ground though, BVO.
I mean, let's be honest here. Those are Wednesday and Thursday night cards that we seeing from him. The fact that he put a card on a Saturday was stupid. Shakur is a Wednesday night, Tuesday night when you put the kids to bed fighter. It's not no dude that you're gonna see a Saturday, man. I want to see Shakur Stevenson when I put my daughter to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, maybe a Thursday, Friday night. He's not a weekend fighter. They
Yo,
don't have
BVO.
one weekend fighter on there. Go ahead.
Shakur is the type of fighter you threaten your kids with. Y'all better take y'all ass to bed. I'll make y'all watch that Shakur fight.
y'all trolling.
I mean,
So wait a minute. So y'all don't think that O'Shaquie Foster was more boring than Shakur that night?
Nobody.
Was pretty. He was pretty bad, bro.
O'Shaquie was whooping Conceicion's tail until he just stopped fighting. I don't know what you was watching.
I'm gonna put it like this. I don't think neither one of those guys was boring. I just think it didn't live up to the hype. I don't think neither one of them was boring. It just didn't live up to the hype. Because
we keep seeing people sleep. We don't never see that.
Listen, I have no control on what other people want to do. I said I think. I don't believe neither one of them.
Sleep knocked out, free.
I don't care what other people don't believe that neither one of those guys was born.
You know what?
I don't believe. I didn't say.
I'll say this, Free. When you fighting, you know, they always say hometown cooking, right? Like when you fight somebody in their hometown, you down 3 rounds, etc. That's because the atmosphere, that's because, you know, the tribalism, all that shit, bro. They couldn't even take it no more. The fans was like, man, let's get the fuck up out of here. They gave us free tickets. We finna go ask for our refund.
You know, Top Rank couldn't wait to show that video footage.
Oh, that's crap.
Falling out of there.
That's crap, bro. Why would Top Rank show people leaving, bro? What would be the benefit of that?
Yeah. But that shirt Shakur had on was kind of weird too. He had on a shirt that said something.
Picture hit a Bob and Loma he had. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said stop hiding your son. He said stop hiding.
Yeah, you know, Shakur basically told Top Rank and Bob Arum to kiss his ass on the way out the door. That interview that they had before the fight, where Shakur was saying how he don't think his promotional company was doing this and doing that. You know, Bob likes to make money, man. And if he don't see dollar signs in you, man, you're going to get the back end of things, bro. You know how Bob is.
I'm going to put it like this. I mean, Shakur might have kicked his own self in the ass because they was going to give him $15 million. But he said he thought he was worth more. So he ended up not taking the fight. I mean, not taking the deal. And I don't know if he's going to get too much more than what they was giving. They was offering him $3 million a fight. I don't know if he's going to get too much more.
Terrence Crawford introduced him to Turkey. I don't know whatever that's worth.
Well, you know, I had turkey sounds for lunch, man. That means nothing. I mean,
who is he going to make the fight with? Who is he going to make the fight with?
I don't know. All the lightweights seem to be at Top Rank. All the or the zone, I guess. I mean.
Hey, salute to my man Hardcore. We got the OG in the house, man. I didn't even see my man Hardcore in the house. We got my man Puerto Rican Juan in here. He said he did not get robbed.
He did get robbed.
I'll just say this, man. People was pouring out of the stadium. And I'm gonna just be honest here, dog. Shakur is a good fighter, but he just no cigar, man. I mean, the dude is whack, man. I don't know why people don't want to admit it.
What's so whack? What do you mean by whack?
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is y'all was drinking that Shakur Stevenson Kool-Aid. Y'all believed that he was gonna go out there and get a knockout. That's what the problem is. Y'all believed that he was going to go out there and
He told us for months, I'm about to knock him out. I'm stopping stuff.
No, I don't care. If you know that this man is not a knockout artist, why are you looking for him? You know he's not one.
Well, he stepped to him and he tried to get the knockout. He said he hurt both his hands. So, I mean, I don't know.
Y'all was drinking the Kool-Aid. Y'all was looking for the knockout. When it didn't came, y'all was like, man, that shit boring. No, it wasn't boring. It was a typical Shakur Stevenson fight.
He was boxing.
No,
The only problem is he did not know how to cut the ring off. That was the only problem. He didn't know how to cut the ring off. It is what it is.
Free, you making excuses, man. Again, for Shakur.
Y'all making excuses. I'm telling you what it was. That's what it was. Y'all was looking for the knockout.
It was a horrible performance. It was a horrible performance, Free.
According to you, it was a horrible performance. According to a couple of other people, it was a horrible performance. It wasn't for me. It wasn't a horrible performance. Not according to you. You saying it was a horrible performance. No, so you saying it's a good performance?
He was in there asleep.
Listen. You said not according to you. So are you saying it was a good performance?
All I can say to that, I gotta get Brother Greg involved, man, because you're going crazy.
You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
And I'm going to continue talking. Are you saying but it was a good performance? If you're not saying it was a good performance, then according to you, it was a horrible performance. If you're not saying it was a good one,
listen, man, you try to make me the bad guy, man. I'm not saying it wasn't a performance I want to see again.
Was it horrible? It's either yes or no. It's your opinion. It's either yes or no. If you scared to say your opinion, just say I'm scared to say my opinion.
BVO, these are the things that you're saying. So now you know.
Hold on. What you doing is what you always do. You falling for D Free's Puerto Rican tricks. D Free's a master debater, so he's trying to use his tricks, man.
A master debater.
All I can say is this, man. I didn't like the fight. Hey, when you ain't talking, Prize, please mute, man. Your background's way too loud.
That's not me.
Yeah, you got something.
I'm on my regular iPhone.
Yeah. Oh, that was your background for a minute, but I'll say this, man. Yeah, I didn't like the performance. I didn't like the performance, man. It was an awful performance. I will admit that, but I just don't. I just feel like people making it seem like I'm picking on Shakur. The dude is horrible to watch. Unlike Bernard Hopkins, unlike Sweet Pea, who didn't have a lot of punching power, they still made the fights fun. I don't remember Floyd having boring fights as Money Mayweather. Go ahead.
No, he had boring fights at Money Mayweather. He didn't have boring fights as Pretty Boy. As Money Mayweather, he had boring fights. He definitely had boring fights as Money Mayweather. That Manny Pacquiao fight was boring as hell. That Manny Pacquiao fight was boring.
Okay,
he had boring fights.
Salute.
You know what the difference is? Manny Pacquiao was an elite fighter. Fucking Frank Martin stopped this guy, bro. Remember Shakur said in that interview, Frank Martin is the most pussiest dude he's ever met, and he walked out of negotiations, outpriced himself, etc. And then you go in there and go 12 rounds with a guy that Frank Martin stopped. And Frank Martin ain't known for having no bombs neither.
Frank Martin didn't stop him. He didn't stop him. He went to distance with Frank Martin. Frank Martin dropped him.
He dropped him. Shakur didn't even drop him though.
Yeah, but Shakur's not a big puncher. That's why I keep telling you. Y'all was looking for something that Shakur's not. I understand what he is.
Hold on, the Puerto Rican told us he was going to stop him.
Listen. I understand. I'm getting on him for his words, but I understand what he is. So I'm not saying that his performance was horrible. What I'm getting on is he didn't live up to what he said he was going to do. That's what I'm telling you. I'm getting on him for his words, not his performance. His performance was okay. The only problem he had, he couldn't cut the ring off. That's the only problem he had. But far as his performance, it was night and day compared to De Los Santos. Compared to De Los Santos, it was night and day. So if you saying this fight was boring, what the fuck was De Los Santos? What the fuck was that? That was a boring fight.
Hey, you know what I just realized? Hey, Scholar, you this is the thing that Free do. Free will say the same thing, but he'll say it in a tricky way. Well, what was we said De Los Santos was a boring fight. It's the same thing. The fight sucked.
Dog,
Shakur sucks, man.
This fight was not boring. Dog, De Los Santos was boring. I admit that. This fight was not boring. It just didn't live up to what Shakur said he was
Why
going to
was
do.
people
That's
sleep
the
in the
problem.
doggone arena? Why were people sleep?
It did not live up to what Shakur said it was going to do. Everybody was drinking the Shakur Kool-Aid. I keep telling you. Y'all was looking for a knockout, and when it didn't came, y'all was bored. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all was looking for the knockout. And it wasn't going to come because he's not a knockout artist. What he should have said, instead of saying he was going to knock him out, what he should have said was, I'm better than this dude. He's not on my level. I'm going to go out here and box circles around him. And if the knockout comes, it comes. That's what he should have said.
Or he could have said something as simple as, you know what, man? I'm gonna give him a lesson, like you said, but he didn't. And then after the fight, guess what he did? He doubled down and said, I think they were born because of him. Not because you gave us another boring fight. They're born because of him. And
he was in denial at that time. He was in denial. I know why they was born. They was born because they didn't knock him out. I know why they was born. I know exactly why they was born.
Hey, I dropped the link, man. It's as my man Hardcore would say, man. It's open season. You want to come up and give us a call and tell us what you think, man. I'm still working on that call line, but it's at the end of the day, man. Shakur Stevenson, man, is exactly what we said. He's a boring fighter. Sweet Pea wasn't boring. Bernard Hopkins wasn't boring. These guys box.
No, you say he's boring. I'm not saying he's boring.
It's not boxing. What he's doing is very amateur style, man. He's all point driven, amateur style, and he needs to really, man, understand that no one wants to see that. And I hate to admit this, man, but you know what? Who wants to work 40 hours a week to pay $70 for a ticket to watch you run? It's just that simple.
He didn't run, BVO. He walked to the guy the whole time.
He didn't run.
Well, he didn't run this time. But he didn't do anything. Nobody's paying $70.
He did a lot. He did a lot, BVO. He walked the guy down. He beat him up, but he just didn't get the stoppage. Like Free said, it didn't live up to what he said it was. But everything else was a B. I give him a B. Yeah, a straight B.
So you give him a B.
I give him a B because I agree with D Free that he did not cut the ring off.
He got fans sleep in the arena
because everybody's going in there thinking that he's going to go smash the guy out, and he didn't.
Can I ask you a question, man?
So that's just like, go ahead.
Free and Scholar. I want to ask y'all both a question. I'm gonna ask probably the question after this. Free and Scholar, man, can you please tell me when can you think of the time that you've seen people making a big deal about sleeping at a fight and walking out of the building? When have you ever seen that be a big thing? No, I'm being serious. When have you ever seen that? You seen the guy, people either walking out of the place. They got guys recording their friends sleep at the fight with a cover on. Like I've never seen that. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I've seen people fall asleep in fights when I went to a couple
fights.
I've
fall asleep in a few fights. I seen
right. That's a good point, Free.
Oh, man, 145 though.
I'm just saying. When did I see people sleep at a fight? I'm just saying I see them sleep at a
fight. Nah, shit. I didn't doze off at a fight before. I ain't gonna lie.
That's Free for you. Free. Now that's why I say Free is one of the funniest dudes on YouTube. Free will pick on a 90-year-old man.
I'm just stating the fact. Man fell asleep at the fight. I'm just stating the fact. I didn't say how old he was. I'm just stating the fact.
The man was born in the 30s, Free. Do you realize that?
Hey, I didn't say it wasn't a reason why he fell asleep. I'm just saying he fell asleep at a fight. Now I actually fell asleep watching fights. I have fallen asleep watching fights. So it won't be the first time that somebody fell asleep.
What was Terrence Crawford's excuse for falling asleep at his homeboy's fight, front row?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Hey, but I want everybody to know, man, we getting ready for our meet and greet this weekend, man. Your boy BVO, the Asiatic Black Man, the original man sent by God, is going to be in the house. And I'm excited, to be in Philly, man. I'm going to give me some good grub. I'm going to be vlogging it. And you know what, man? We're going to have a good time this weekend, man. I'm going to play a video from our sponsor one more time, man. Hold on 1 second.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got some thrilling news for all of you. We're launching a raffle where you can win a brand new 55-inch television. just by making a payment of $10. Yes, you heard it right, just $10. Each entry must be made through Cash App with your name. The winner will be announced live at our GBT meet and greet on July 13th. The more entries you make, the higher your chances of taking home this outstanding flat-screen television. So, don't miss this incredible opportunity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this exciting contest. And remember, with each entry you make, you increase your chances of winning this amazing prize. Thanks for tuning in and good luck to all of you.
I got a good feeling BVO's gonna win that TV. But I gotta say this. I gotta say
Hey,
this, man.
BVO, I just need the Tempur-Pedic for Shakur fights. That's all I need.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what that is, man. The Tempur-Pedic.
That was crazy.
With the little sheet, with the sheet that they be having up there. I mean, dude, I know Free won't say this because he got a dog in the race, but dude, Shakur is horrible to watch. I would love to interview Shakur. If I don't, I don't. You said what?
I don't got no dog in no race.
You Puerto Rican.
That don't got nothing to do with nothing.
I know you root for him like Juan.
No, I don't. I watch the fight as an open-minded fighter. I watch the fight open-mindedly.
Free, I didn't know you. I forgot you was compromised. Free, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you compromised, bro.
Y'all watch the fight. I'm the one that said Tank Davis beat all these dudes.
Hold on.
Looking for something. I don't watch looking for anything.
You're not including Tio in that, are you?
What?
You're not including Tio in that argument, are you?
I'm including Tio. I'm including everybody from 140 and down. Tank Davis beating all of them. I got Tank Davis beating all of them from 140 and down.
So, yeah, that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard to argue.
Tio gonna step on him, man. Tio's gonna step on Tank.
I haven't seen anything from nobody to say that they can beat Tank Davis.
You didn't see the Josh Taylor fight or the Lomachenko fight when he was young?
I didn't see nothing from Josh Taylor that said Josh Taylor beat Tank Davis neither.
All I'm gonna say is this, man. With Shakur, bro. It like Bud is his homie. Bud said everybody, this gonna be the next guy when I leave. And then Bud fell asleep front row, bro. He couldn't even take it no more. This motherfucker said, I was tired of fighting this sleep, man. I gotta go. What black people always say? I ain't sleep, I'm resting my eyes. Bud was resting his motherfucking eyes during the Shakur fight.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all might didn't know if Bud was sleeping now, because he docked and he was leaning back. So you might have thought he was asleep. But he might have been woke. Somebody just thought he was asleep.
I'm pretty sure.
I would move Bud up on the pound for pound list if he stayed on the front row and stayed up through that entire fight, man. Because I was commentating from TV and falling asleep. I had to get up and do some jumping jacks. That motherfucker was so boring.
I gotta say this. So I don't know.
So wait, Scholar, you don't appreciate the sweet science?
Hold on.
Man, that was the sour. That was sour patches. That wasn't nothing sweet about that shit.
That's cold.
Hey. But the thing I gotta say, the funny thing about it the most, man, this is the first time I ever heard like fans, commentators, pundits like us talking about how boring it was. Stephen A said it was boring.
Hey,
Stephen A ain't got no credibility.
Oh, that's crap. Stephen A got a lot of credibility.
But hey, Shakur knew it was boring. Shakur stayed up till fucking 7 o'clock the next day tweeting, bro. That motherfucker knew what was up.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was tweeting
he was tweeting like a girl, man. And that's why they call him Shakur Stevenson.
That's
exactly why they call him that.
Real quick, no, Stephen A doesn't have any credibility when it comes to boxing.
Boxing, that's what I said, Free.
Exactly you talk about basketball, that's different. But when it comes to boxing, he has no credibility.
Zero.
That man switch up like he switches draws. One day he'll be saying that Shakur's the boringest fight. The next day, that man, I don't know if Tank Davis want to see Shakur. I don't know if he want to see him.
Ain't that crazy how he does that?
Switch up like he switches draws.
Hold on, what my man say? Frank got solid power. He says certainly not a feather-fisted guy by any means. I mean, Frank got power, but I ain't gonna lie to you, and the way we seen him get stretched by Tank, and then he got up with a big smile because he seen his checking account. Hey,
that's crazy.
I don't want to hear nothing from Frank, man, because he went in there for a payday. He went in there for a payday only. He didn't even try to.
Everybody go in there for a payday. They know it's a very high possibility that they're gonna get knocked out. Everybody going in for a payday.
Mario Barros didn't go in there for a payday.
Who?
Mario Barros came to win.
No, Mario Barrio thought he wanted to win until he felt that power from saying, he said, nah, dog, let me just go ahead and run.
When he started throwing up, that was rough, man. But I'll say this, man. The thing I'll tell you is this. Again, I've been saying this. Y'all don't want to believe the Asiatic Black Man sent by God. But we're going to have T.O. do it, man. We got to get King. And T.O. said it best. I got to do it. I got to be the one to beat Tank.
I don't
and when he do it,
I don't even want to speak about T.O. neither. He up there co-signing that other clown.
Oh, okay.
He over there.
I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up. So I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put
that
a pause
man.
on T.O.
He's a freedom of speech. He can say what he want to say. Okay, you right in the same boat as him.
But I'll say this. I don't know if you remember this, Scott. You remember when Joe Louis? I cannot remember who he fought, but Joe Louis said I didn't deserve to win. You remember that when he got the decision? He said he didn't deserve it. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't recall that.
I'm about to look it up. But Joe Louis, they gave the fight to Joe Louis, even though he clearly lost. And my final thought is, O'Shaquie Foster, you can't get mad about the work that you didn't put in. You gave the fight up because you did not want to win.
So basically what you're saying is Robert Kiyosaki should have said what Joe Louis said?
No, yeah. I mean, I mean, you can honestly say, I think that Kaseyshao shouldn't have won the fight, maybe, but I don't know. The thing I'll say is you can't whether you deserve to win or not, man. You can't just give up like that. And if Shakur Foster was a real person, he would say, you know what, I didn't deserve to win. Joe Louis could say that. Why couldn't you say that? And Joe Louis is the greatest to ever live.
I'm gonna tell you who the real blame is. The real blame is O'Shaquie's trainer. That's the real blame. He should have told O'Shaquie, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. Go out there and win this fight. You're a better fighter than him. Don't leave it in the hand of the judges. No fighter should want to leave it in the hand. You should have no opportunity. You should have no choice but to leave it in the hand because the fighter won't go down. You shouldn't go in there just thinking you're gonna try to outbox him. You should try for a knockout. If it comes, it comes. But if it don't, it don't. But don't go in there and just automatically say, "Oh man, I'm just gonna take it to the cards." Nah, go in there and try to knock the nigga head off.
Hey, before we get out, I'll get everybody final. I want to send a big shout out to A1 Hoop Zone for sending some love to my man D Free. D Free do a lot, man. You know, behind the scenes, in front of the camera, and behind the camera. So I always love when somebody appreciate what the Puerto Rican Prince is doing. And you know what? Even though D Free be capping, he do a great job. Salute to D Free.
Yo, D Free was responsible for them judges that in the old Shaquie fight. A lot of people don't know that.
That's crazy.
None of them dudes. Them dudes ain't even been judging title. But like, I think the longest one was like 26 fights. Then there was another one with only 12 fights. I think the other one only had like 5 or 6. I'm like, where y'all find these dudes at? They was just at the local gym.
They found them asleep outside of Shakur gym. Say, hey man, y'all want a job? Wake y'all asses up. Y'all want a job?
That's crazy.
Hey, you got anything? Prize?
Nah, man. Shout out BVO, man. The whole BVO family, man. Shout out to all the brothers, man. Y'all appreciate y'all smash the like, man, and subscribe for your boy, man.
And we get ready for the Rise podcast. Before we get out of here, man, I'm gonna have my man Boxing Scholar give us one of his famous things, man. Get us out of here, man. One of his famous monologues. Get us out of here, Boxing Scholar.
Hold on. Basically, man, I've been trying to tell y'all about Shakur for years. Y'all called me a hater. Y'all talked about how he was a practitioner and et cetera, et cetera. Now I feel vindicated. And I actually feel bad about this shit because I feel like at 135, the only people that can stand a chance against him is Loma, Agent Loma, and in his prime Shakur. But I told y'all, if Shakur is younger and conservative, he's not going to get better the older he gets. He's going to get more conservative. So he's going to be a tough sell to anybody. That shit was not the sweet science. I expected to see a beatdown. Even if he don't knock him out, he was supposed to dominate him. He looked confused at moments. And if y'all think that Shakur forgot how to cut the ring off the night of the fight, the motherfucker probably been boxing since he was 4, you done lost your ever-loving mind. He just ain't got that dog. It's easier to acknowledge the obvious than it is to make excuses for him. Because he got hand injuries, toe injuries, all this other stuff in his prime. And y'all can believe that shit if y'all want to, because it's easier to accept than it is to just say the man is not the goods.
Hey, and with that, I can't disagree. And we gone. Peace.
For our viewers who don't know, tell them who the original man is.
The original man is the Asiatic Black Man. He's the maker. He's the cream of planet Earth. He's father of civilization and God of this universe, Rick. And there's only one God.
Yeah. We really boxing. We wanted the battles.